It was during these years that Archimedes established himself as a genius who not only found solutions to problems, but also made innovation a way of life, blending the beauty of theory with the precision of application. The most dramatic period in Archimedes' life came with the outbreak of the Second Punic War, the massive conflict between Rome and Carthage. Syracuse had switched sides and become an ally of Carthage, prompting the Romans, led by consul Marcus Claudius Marcellus, to lay siege to the city. The siege lasted for many years, from 214 to 212 BC. These were lean years that exhausted the city and its people. Syracuse was a heavily fortified city, but the genius of Archimedes was its most important line of defense. He put all his mechanical and engineering knowledge at the service of defending his city, channeling his passion for mathematics into a unique arsenal of warfare, the likes of which the Romans had never seen. Archimedes designed a set of war machines that astonished and confused the Romans, turning their attack into a nightmare. Giant catapults. These were no ordinary catapults. They were massive machines capable of launching enormous boulders over great distances with astonishing accuracy, destroying the Roman fleet's ships, breaching the siege walls, and turning their attack into complete chaos and panic. The boulders fell like a hailstorm, indiscriminately hitting one ship after another. Giant claws, Archimedes' claw. This machine was the most terrifying to the Romans. It consisted of a giant curved arm suspended above the city walls. It could grab enemy ships, lift them high into the air like puppets, and then drop them forcefully onto the rocks, causing them to shatter completely. The Romans called it the claw of the beast, and stories are told of soldiers fleeing in terror at the sight of it appearing over walls. Burning mirrors, sun myth. Although historically disputed, the legend suggests that Archimedes used a series of large mirrors to focus the sun's rays on the ships of the Roman fleet, setting them ablaze. Regardless of its veracity, this story reflects the awe and admiration his enemies felt for his engineering genius and his ability to create unconventional war machines, as if he controlled the forces of nature itself. These machines struck fear into the hearts of Roman soldiers. They feared Archimedes more than they feared the army of Syracuse itself. Every Roman attack was met with a new innovation from Archimedes. The Roman consul Marcellus, the commander, was expressing his frustration, saying, "Let's stop fighting against this Gabrianus Archimedes. He uses our ships to shame us, and the rest of our weapons to mock us." Marcellus was impressed but also despairing. Archimedes worked tirelessly, not concerned with military glory, but with the mathematical logic that powered these machines, and with protecting his city and its people. He spent his days and nights planning and building, guided by his supreme ingenuity, with his assistants, believing that every mathematical touch could be transformed into a defensive force, and that science was the most powerful weapon. But the siege continued, and shortages of supplies began to strike Syracuse harshly. Despite Archimedes' defensive genius, Rome's power was invincible. They were larger in number, and their resources were inexhaustible. Finally, after years of heroic resistance, Syracuse fell to the Romans in 212 BC. This marked the end of a great era in Syracuse and the beginning of the end of the life of a genius who sought nothing more than the opportunity to explore the secrets of the universe.